Yo, what's going on, y'all? We are back. Week 13 recap. Look for my headphones. Wow, on my head. That's crazy. Okay, week 13 recap. We're gonna jump into this. Let's see. Bills, Pats. Is it week 13? Yeah, this is week 13. Bills, Pats. Thursday night, we got Josh Allen, 223, 2 touchdowns. James Cook, big role. Big role, look like the starter. Are we foreshadowing some things? I ain't gonna lie, I kind of seeing it coming eventually. It's not gonna be right now. Devin Singletary is still a young back, so I think it'll be very much a duo thing. You know, Tony Zeke type thing. James is definitely more explosive, but Devin got juice. So I'm not counting him out or not. I think it's gonna be a hot hand running back situation. And there will be games where I think James is going to be better, and there will be games where I think Devin will be better, and I think this is how it's going to be moving forward. We'll see, but they definitely do need to establish a dominant run game. I think if you could add an even better running back into that situation, I'd do it and just stir up competition, iron sharpens iron, get the best guy in there. Because it's an elite offense, and to add an elite running back to that is very, very helpful. Let's see. We got Mac Jones, 195, 1 touchdown. Ramondre really pivotal individual to this offense. Tyquan Thornton, 2 for 31. Marcus Jones, that was very surprising. Very surprising. I had to pick him up in fantasy because that was surprising. The fact that they used him on offense. I think I remember watching his college highlights, and I think I remember him being used on offense at U of H, but it was different. That was pretty cool. Cool to see some creative stuff from Bill Belichick. It's been a while. Packers, Bears. A-Rod say he still run. Chicago apparently, man. Christian Watson playing big. A.J. Dillon had a big game with Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones was injured. But A.J. Dillon, congrats to him. Alan Lazard, 5 for 67. Christian Watson had him 1 carry for 46 yards and a touchdown, a receiving touchdown. Looking like I'm just looking forward to see how he is used on this offense. He's kind of like how St. Brown was for them last year, because he's a tall, athletic, fast receiver, but I think it's going to be that plus, St. Brown plus. I'm not gonna say Devontae because he's not that, but could he be the number 1 receiving target for this team eventually? Yes, definitely. Is he that now? No, it's just not consistent. But once they find their stride, I think Alan Lazard is their go-to guy right now. But once they find their stride, we'll see how everything plays out later down the road. Justin Field and the Bears, 240, 254, 2 picks. Rough game, St. Brown. I ain't really too concerned about the Bears. They're not a playoff team, but good to see Fields, consistently balling. He puts on a show out there. They're going to have to just continue to build around him. Steelers, Falcons. Got to speed this up a little bit. 86 carries for Najee. Freiermuth, clutch Freiermuth, man. This was a competitive game. 2 competitive teams. Cordell Patterson, 60 yards. Tyler Algier looking nice. I ain't going to lie. He's looking like a solid running back option for real. Do I see him starting over CP? Nah, but I'm curious what they're gonna do. Because if this is a rebuilding team, do you keep CP contract or do you trade him eventually? And I think that's something you have to decide this upcoming offseason if you're gonna do that. Let's see, same thing with Marcus. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's on a 1-year deal. If Desmond Ridder is the guy, what I'm saying, you're going in that young direction. But Jets versus Vikings. I remember this a little vividly. Jets came back a little late, but it was just a little too late, and Vikings pretty much had it. They outscored the Vikings in the second half, but they just couldn't do enough. They outscored them 16-7. That's tough, man. That's tough. Like I said, Mike White is going to be the starter in the next game as well. Zonovan Knight, good performance, man. Out of nowhere, rookie, good performance. 15 for 90. James Robinson, looks like the pickup for him, the trade for him was pretty much irrelevant. Looks like they already had backs on the roster with Ty Johnson and Zonovan Knight that are efficient backs. And what this is going to do, With them being a playoff team, this is going to not create controversy because I think Breece Hall is the guy for them. But this adds a lot of depth, and not only that, I think the running back by committee thing is going to be a thing moving forward for them, at least for this season. And it's funny how rotating backs. It's funny how Adam Salah and Mike McDaniel, both coming from the 49ers, who do running back by committee and have that in their offense, and how it's kind of like implemented into their offense at this point. And I think with the Jets, it's a little more by circumstance rather than decision. Because if Breece Hall was here, it wouldn't be that. He was that guy for them. But definitely, this is going to be interesting. Zonovan, Ty Johnson, and James Robinson, and then we still have Michael Carter coming back very soon. So it's going to be interesting. Garrett Wilson, looking like the #1 receiver consistently. I think this is his third 100-yard game this year. I could be wrong. I think it's his third. But 162, that's crazy, especially for a rookie. Excuse me, y'all. Kirk Cousins, 173, 1 touchdown, getting the job done. Alvin Cook, Justin Jefferson didn't go crazy. They contained them to a decent standard, under 50 receiving yards. So they did pretty good. I need to watch that matchup video. I need to watch that. Do I got time for that? I mean, I do, but I don't. I do want to watch it. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, we're gonna pass on it for right now. I won't mind watching that though in the future. Jaguars versus Lions. Trevor Lawrence. Oh, they got blown out. Sheesh. Goodness gracious. What happened? I do not recall what happened here. I think they just got demolished. They got handled. See, Lions, Jared. Oh. Balanced game from the Lions offensively. Now, offensively for the Jags, I don't recall what happened, why they broke down. Balanced game from the Lions though. Titans versus Eagles. We got Ryan Tannehill, Malik Willis. Oh, the Eagles put the beats on the Titans. I think the Eagles were just a better team. I think that's what it comes down to. Eagles were just a better team. Simply that. Devontae and AJ went for 100. Jalen efficient, no picks, 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. Two teams going in pretty solid directions. Eagles just a better team. I don't know how far the Titans will make it. Titans are a dark horse team. I think they could beat anybody, but they could lose to anybody as well. So we'll see how they play moving forward. Texans versus the Browns. Interesting to see Deshaun Watson name under a different banner. That's not the Texans, but pretty not good game for him. Rubbing off the rust. We'll see how that plays out moving forward. Chubb pretty much was the driving force of this offense. Pretty much had the offense, going in the right direction. DPJ and Amari Cooper, I'm pretty sure they're gonna eat moving forward, but this was somewhat of a tough matchup for them because Texans statistically have a top secondary. Now, I don't know exactly if that's how legit that is. I know they got some guys. I know they got some solid players, but the secondary is up there, so they're doing something right this year. So that's a pretty tough game for Deshaun Watson to come back and hit for his first game, and then they play Cincinnati next game. It's gonna be kind of tough there too. Damian Pierce 73 yards. Kyle Allen didn't look pretty good at all. Brevin Jordan led us in receiving. Nico Collins had a touchdown. Texans just #1 pick, man. I'm curious which quarterback we're gonna take. I'm looking forward to checking out these quarterbacks. I don't know if the Browns are eliminated or in the playoff race, but if they are in the playoff race, I'm looking forward to see how that plays out. Taylor Heineke, tough game here. This is a good game though. Brian Robinson led them in rushing. He's looking better and better, man. As he's progressed, he's just looking better and better. Him and Gibb are a nice duo. I like it. He's looking better and better. I think they got that. I think they got a nice 1-2 punch here. And they did pretty good with their drafting. Terry 105 and the touchdown. Jahan Dotson had him a nice touchdown. Curtis Samuel had a decent amount of yards. Saquon, he didn't go crazy, but he did his part. Bellinger, got the rookie. So this was a solid rookie class, man. I continue to say it. Receiving, crazy. They only had 4 receivers that catch passes. 3 receivers catch passes. Hodgins, Slayton, James. 1 tight end, but 3 receivers catch passes. Kind of odd. I don't know, man. These are 2 teams who aren't just elite, but they're solid. We're gonna see what everything looks like moving forward. I feel like the Commanders could beat anybody on any given day. I think they're like a dark horse team like the Titans. I can see the Titans going a little further, but Commanders are tough. Broncos, Ravens. Good comeback win. Wish for a speedy recovery for Lamar. Good comeback win. Tyler Huntley at that nice last drive. Demarcus Robinson, 7 catches, 41 yards. I know he only had 41 yards, but he's a nice receiving threat. I ain't gonna lie. Especially with the ball in his hands after contact. I wouldn't mind seeing them get him involved on more slants and screens and end arounds and quick plays, just to get the ball in his hand, make that one guy miss. Greg Dulcich, 6 for 85. Russ was actually making some nice throws in this game. They got to do better offensively, though. He's making some pretty nice throws in this game. But what a defense the Broncos have. This defense is just been keeping them alive this year. Once they get everything on track next year, it's going to be a dangerous team. And they will get it on track next year. Excuse me. Dolphins versus Niners. Niners pretty much was in the driver's seat most of this game, even with Jimmy G going down. Jeff Wilson held to 3 rushing yards, and Raheem Mostert held to 30. That's kind of tough. I ain't gonna lie. Unexpected, man. Very unexpected. I'm not gonna say it's unexpected because the Niners have a good defense, and these are 2 backs who were just on the team, so they have some familiarity with them and their run styles. But I forgot where I was going. Apologies. Tyreek Hill, 9 for 146 and the touchdown. Trent Sherfield had him a big catch, which was crazy at the beginning of the game. Mr. Irrelevant came in 210, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Played pretty solid. Niners are a team who have a solid system. I look at them like the Chiefs and the Patriots. They have solid systems that work well with just about any quarterback. You put just about any quarterback in there, he's going to do solid. They have a solid run game. Not the Chiefs, but when they have their backup quarterback in, they typically are always in the game. They rarely ever get blown out when we've seen it. But them and Pats, just a good system for the quarterback, and everything kind of still works smooth. Jordan Mason, 51 rushing yards, 6.4 yards per carry. C-Mac, 66 yards with 80 receiving yards too. Kind of crazy. Debo, I feel like his role has been a little bigger since what's his name, past few weeks, but I think since backup running back got hurt. He was a starter at first, but now he's the backup. But yeah, give me. Both these teams legit. We'll see what happens with the Niners moving forward. It'll be interesting to see how Mr. Irrelevant plays, Mr. Purdy. 27-23, the Seahawks defeat the Rams. Close game. Shouldn't have been a close game. I don't think it should have, but it's a divisional matchup, so is what it is. Tyler Lockett and DK, 120 yards and a touchdown. Rams had no answer for them, man. Wolford, 178, 2 picks. Cam Akers, 2 touchdowns. Good for Cam, man. Chatarius Atwell, 48 yards. Brandon Powell, 39. No legit number 1 receiving option here, but they're going to have to figure something out. I mean, they were close. They were in the game. Chargers, Raiders. From what I recall, I believe this is a solid game. Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen. I think this is a pretty good game. Derek Carr 252 touchdown. Oh yeah, Josh Jacobs and Devontae. Them two, man. It's sick. It's sick. Two solid teams. I don't know how they fit in the playoff hunt, but like both of these teams, I like that division as a whole. I think they'll be a lot better off next year. I definitely do, because they have the pieces. They have the right pieces under contract. They have the right pieces locked in, and next year, you know, it's a lot of new stuff going on in that division, and I think next year they'll have it figured out. Chiefs versus Bengals. Pacheco was running pretty solid. I looked at this Bengals defense as a pretty solid defense. Not saying they can't be ran on, because they have been this year. Not every game or often, but they have been. But he did pretty solid. Valdez-Scantling 2 for 71. Kelsey. They just played good ball. I mean, both teams played good, and it just came down to the end. That's what it was. Samaje Perine looks like a good running back. He definitely looks like a good running back. Joe Burrow 286, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Jamar Chase led them receiving 197 yards. Boyd 60. Jamar definitely looks healthy. T. Higgins 35 and a touchdown. Jamar definitely looks healthy. Looking forward to see these two teams rematch in the playoffs. It'd be a good matchup. I think they said the Bengals have won their last 3 meetings, so that's interesting. Colts versus Cowboys, the beatdown. Jonathan Taylor 82 yards. Alec Pierce 86. Alec Pierce got some potential, bro, but they're gonna have to figure it out. I think I don't know. Colts need a quarterback. I kind of want to see them go pocket quarterback. If there's a guy in the draft, I think that would fit this offense better rather than a mobile quarterback. Mobility is always good, but I think a guy who's going to sit in the pocket with the weapons that they have, Jonathan Taylor being there, you know, I just think that would fit best. But we'll see how everything plays out. I actually haven't even heard of any really good pocket none come to mind at the moment. Really good pocket quarterbacks right now. So everybody's mobile. Everybody. Dak 173 touchdowns. He didn't have to do too much. Everybody played good. Tony 91, 2 touchdowns. Zeke 77, a touchdown. Malik Davis had a touchdown. CD balled out. And Michael Gallup had 2 touchdowns. That's tough. I don't remember that. Michael Gallup had 2. It was good though. Saints Bucks. A little slow start for a primetime game. Looked kind of boring at first. And then Tom Brady said, "Yeah, I know who I am." And he turned it on. Mark Ingram, 27 yards. Kamara, 26 yards. Rashid Shaheed. I need to watch his highlights. Let me write this down. I want to see that Sauce matchup. Let's see, Sauce versus JJ, and then Rashid Shaheed. I need to watch his highlights because I don't know if I've seen him at all. I don't know if he was on the radar. At least his college highlights. But he did pretty good. Chris Olave, he gets you a good 60 a game. Pretty consistent. He's there. Looking like he gonna crack 1,000 yards probably this season. Leonard Fournette back and healthy. Rashad White healthy. Saints was playing some good defense. But the Bucks turned it on. They turned it on a little late, but they turned it on, and they got the dub. The way they operated on those last 2 drives is like what we need to see on a regular basis and what we don't see on a regular basis. And it's like, why do we not? I know availability is an issue, and we don't get those receivers healthy on a consistent basis. But I know we need that. Next we got Colin Cowherd. All right, let's get to it, y'all.
The top 10 NFL teams according to Colins. Number 10.
This was the hardest spot for me. I'm going to take the Seahawks for 2 reasons.
Seahawks hit 10, sitting at 7-5. Previously, they were not ranked on his top 10. It's unranked previously.
Offensive line and Geno Smith. This is an offensive league, and he is number 2 in the NFL in passer rating. I kind of know what I get from their
number 1 in completion percentage is crazy.
Quarterback every week. That was it. They also are second in takeaways. They're a little young. You worry about them peaking. Can they hit the wall? But they've won 5 of 7. And, you know, they're winning these close games, which is harder for young teams. But when I look at that O-line, I look at Geno Smith, I look at them move the chains, I'll put Seattle at number 10.
Number 9.
The Titans. Listen,
Titans. Didn't they just lost to the Eagles? Previously, he had them ranked 7th.
it's the first time they allowed over 20 points since week 3. They had a stinker. This is still one of the top 5 coaches, a great defensive front. They do have a bad point differential because they can't blow you out offensively. But Tannehill's,
Yeah, I think that's gonna be an issue for them when it matters. We've seen some games where they turned it on. At least like 2 games this year where they looked balanced and efficient, running and passing in the same game. But we'll just have to see it. We'll have to see it when it matters most. That's all.
He had a bad game. They had a bad week. This is still a really good team that's going to win their division. They're gonna have a home playoff game. We love Vrabel. We like their defense. They just got boat raced by a really good team on the road. It happens. I still trust the organization. They're ticked off. They just fired their GM. I'll put the Titans at 9.
Number 8.
Listen, I'll take the Vikings. They've won 9 of their last 10 games. They beat the Jets.
That's kind of low. Like not even a top 5. I don't know about that one.
They probably shouldn't have, but they keep winning games. At some point, W's.
I respect his arguments sometimes because he gives some solid arguments, but I don't know. I think the Vikings are a top 5 team right now.
Their defense is not very good. You can move the ball on this team, though they did keep the Jets late in the game out of the red zone. You know, at some point, W's matter, and they just keep winning most of these close games.
Number 7.
I still like the Dolphins a lot. We got to be fair here. They were missing their tackles against the best defense in the league. But Tua still leads the NFL in passer rating. It was Tua's first loss on the year when he's healthy.
They were missing both of their tackles.
3 turnovers against the Niners, and he had very few turnovers all season. So this was a Sunday where the circumstances on the road, you start trailing, you have to throw, you're missing your left tackle, you're missing your right tackle. Miami is still going to be a playoff team capable of winning a playoff game or 2.
Number 6.
But the Niners, even with Brock Purdy, still have the best defense.
I gotta see this top 5.
Young offensive coach in the league. They've got
Jeez.
weapons everywhere. They've got a remarkable run game. Listen, they have the number 1 scoring defense.
This is, just some obvious foreshadowing. Y'all gonna guess it before me, but Bills, of course, Chiefs, Eagles. Unless he has the Jets up there, which would be kind of wild in my opinion. And the Bengals. Only one I can't think of is probably it's the Jets or somebody else.
They forced 4 turnovers. Miami didn't turn the ball over.
That's not going to be the Jets.
And by the way, say what you want about Brock Purdy. Kyle Shanahan has never asked his quarterbacks to be Burrow and Mahomes. That's not what they asked their quarterback to be.
Oh, big facts.
The Phoenix Suns and Chris Paul, they don't need him to score 30. The Warriors need Steph to score 30. It's not what the Suns do. I think they're going to win a lot of games, including playoff games with Brock Purdy.
Number 5.
They're capable. Oh, Dallas. Okay, that's what I was missing. I was missing Dallas.
3 of their last 5 games. They've got 6 or 7 great world-class athletes. CeeDee Lamb's having a season. Tony Pollard's emerged as a star running back. There's a lot to like about Dallas. I worry about the margins in the playoffs where you have to have great play from your quarterback. You have to have a great coach. But they lead the NFL in sack differential. They protect their quarterback, and they go get yours, the Cowboys at 5.
Number 4.
The Buffalo Bills.
Just looking at this right now. Okay. I feel like the Vikings should be top 5. I take the Vikings over the Cowboys. That's questionable. Vikings over the Bills. Questionable. They did beat the Bills though, so that wouldn't be unreasonable. Vikings over the Chiefs. No. Vikings over the Eagles. Vikings over the Bengals. No. Eagles. No. Oh yeah. Maybe they could be 5. They could be 5 roughly. I know that didn't involve you taking the Bills out of the top 5, but they could be 5.
They're back, and they're back because they have now built a more consistent run game. They're now the #1 seed. Which
I don't know though, because then it's like,
Buffalo.
okay, if I take the Bills out of top 5, then I'm saying the Bengals, Cowboys. The Bengals and Cowboys are better than it's tough. It's tough.
With that weather, 130 yards of rushing plus.
It's a lot of math just to the logic,
Josh Allen. I said it all year when I doubted them. You've got to develop a run game before the playoffs. You're going to be playing in windy, snowy, wet weather. You can't rely on Josh Allen to throw it 45 times. I'll put the Bills at 4.
Number 3.
I'd still take Kansas City situationally over them, but I am worried about the Chiefs missing Tyreek Hill. Listen, we said they'd be productive without Tyreek. They would score a lot of points. But he is lightning, and he did force double teams, and he does tilt the field, and they don't offensively feel quite the same. Very reliant in key spots on Travis Kelce. Also outscored.
I mean, he the go-to guy.
In the fourth quarter.
Travis the go-to guy. I think once that receiving core is healthy and it's not a bunch of revolving doors, completely healthy, all the guys they need there, I think we'll see their full potential. Do they need that one guy to break out? Maybe, yeah, but I think Juju is the #1 guy. And Travis is the #1 target, I don't know. Do they have a elite receiver? No, but I mean, I don't think it's necessary with the plethora of weapons that they have and the play calling and coaching is so good. So I think the fact that you have an elite quarterback, I think it all outweighs that. But we'll see. We'll see what they do in the future about that. But I don't think that's the thing right now. Like that matters that much right now.
I like Kansas City a lot.
I think it's fine that they rely on Travis.
But the Tyreek situation now, as the season goes on, everybody gets film.
I don't know. Like I don't see this as that big of a thing personally.
I have him at 3.
Number 2.
The Bengals. Do you realize that Joe Burrow has only been sacked 5 times over the last 4 games? And at that same time,
that's an improvement.
A run game.
That's an improvement.
The line has finally come together. You don't get to Burrow, you don't hit Burrow, and Burrow's got a run game. Watch out. Don't even have Joe Mixon back. So the key to this thing, not that Burrow's better, it's the offensive line has come together. He's not getting hit, he's not getting sacked, and now he's throwing on 2nd and 5 and 3rd and 2. That's what beats Kansas City. There's an element of surprise to the offense they did not have in the first month because he was throwing on 3rd and 11. He was trailing in games. He was trailing by double digits. That's done.
Number 1.
I think we have to give it to Philadelphia. They're blowing people out. If you go look at Super Bowl winners the last 10 years, they always have like 7 or 8 blowouts. So Philadelphia, I bought in this weekend. I was on the fence after they blew out Tennessee. I'm in. A.J. Brown has been one of the great acquisitions of the year. They can beat.
It's actually kind of funny because it's been feeling like multiple occasions throughout the year he does not want to put the Eagles at 1. Even if he had them at one before, it feels like it's always he wants to put somebody else, whether it be the Niners, the Bills, or the Chiefs, or even the Dolphins. It never feels like he wants to put the Eagles at 1. But they doing their thing, and it's deserving right now.
They can beat you time of possession. I think the improvement of Jalen Hurts is unbelievable. I think it's unbelievable. He may be the opposite of Josh Allen. Josh is big and jumping over people. If you go look at this kid in the biggest games this year against Tennessee and Minnesota, he's giving you 300 yards throwing. He's giving you 74% completion percentage. If we're going to embrace Josh Allen's massive growth, then we got to embrace Jalen Hurts because this kid in the biggest stages is wildly productive. He has made massive leaps in production that I didn't think were there. I never saw him as this kind of quarterback in the NFL. He has been fantastic in big spots. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show.
Yeah, I know what we gotta do. Check it out real quick. Not too bad. I feel like I spoke on it a decent amount. Not too bad. I made a statement for the Vikings to be in the top 5, but this is a tough list. This is tough. I think 8 and up, those are the best teams in the league right now. 10 and 9 interchangeable, but for sure 8 and up, those are for sure the best teams, and those are the guys that we are looking at to be legit contenders for the chip. 16 teams make the playoffs, right? 16, 17, 16, 18. 16 teams make the playoffs, but I think of these 8 that I think are the most legit to take it all the way. But on to the next. All right, y'all. We got the predictions for week 14. Let's see. Giving it to the Raiders. They've been killing it. Rams should pull through, as far as giving a competitive game, but give it to the Raiders. I'm gonna try to run through these as well. For the most part, everybody there. Hunter run from IR. Most part, we got everybody there. I'm not gonna pay attention to the Rams. I'm just gonna try to run through these. Like I said, Jets at Bills. Giving it to the Bills will be a very competitive game. I'm looking forward to it. Jets almost pulled off a comeback last week. They outscored the Vikings, I believe, 16-7 in the second half. Only lost by 1 possession, and they almost pulled it off. So we'll see what they do next week. Mike White, Joe Flacco, Garrett Wilson. Corey Davis had him a pretty solid game. I think if Garrett Wilson is going to be the number 1, Corey Davis not a bad number 2 at all. And then Elijah Moore starting to get more targets. Tyler Conklin, a pretty solid tight end. It's not a bad offense, man. Just imagine if they had Breece Hall right now. It's crazy. So they're going to be fired next year. I'm curious what they're going to do with the quarterback position, though. Like Mike, he's a vet, so it's like, are y'all going to keep him? Are y'all going to draft somebody? What y'all going to do? Are y'all going to go back to Zach and try to, remold him? What's the plan? Browns versus the Bengals. We're going to give it to the Bengals. Another tough matchup for Deshaun Watson, coming back for his second game. It's a tough matchup. I hope he plays good because, you want to see a competitive game. I'm pretty sure it would be competitive, but I'm going to give it to the Bengals. They're the hot team right now. Texans versus Dallas. We're not even going to look at it. Dallas. Vikings versus Detroit. We're not even going to look at it. Vikings. Eagles versus Giants. We're going to give it to the Eagles. Ravens versus the Steelers. Let me check about that one. Should be a competitive game. I'm going to give it to the Steelers. Lamar not be playing. Tyler Huntley should be starting. We'll see how it plays out. Let's see. Pittsburgh. Check how they're looking right now. Why did I not see Pittsburgh Steelers? Najee questionable. DJ. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of tough. I'll give it to the Steelers. I think Ravens are very much capable. That's a 50-50 game. But I got to pick somebody, so I'm giving it to the Steelers. Titans versus Jags. We're giving it to the Titans. Both coming off the pretty bad L's. But got to pick somebody, and I think the Titans are the way to go. Could go either way, though. Definitely could. KC versus Denver. KC. But it's going to be an interesting game because Denver has a nice defense. I mean, they have played a few nice defenses this year, especially the 49ers, and they dismantled them. But this is a stout defense for the Broncos. Seattle versus Carolina. We're picking the Seahawks. This will be a competitive game, though. Carolina has a pretty decent defense. Seattle, don't know if Kenneth Walker is playing. They got 3 running backs questionable. So don't know what direction this is going to go. Somebody's going to play. But that's the big question right now. Which running back is going to start this game? That's a good question. Tampa Bay versus San Francisco. I'm picking San Francisco. Actually, I'll pick Tampa Bay. If Brady and company can redo what they did last week, like those last 2 drives, you got the chemistry is there. There's a formula there. But, I mean, it's a tough brand of football, I give it to Brady, but you know, I don't know for sure, man. I don't know. That's a 50-50 game. It really is. But I'm looking forward to see a good game. I think Brock Purdy's gonna play good. I think everybody's gonna play good. Everybody's gonna come to play. But I'm gonna have to give it to Tampa Bay. Miami versus the Chargers. Of course, we're giving it to Miami. They gonna really look into it. Chargers need to be healthy. You know, that's what it comes down to. Team with a lot of potential. They just need to be healthy. Eagles versus the Cardinals. I say Eagles. Patriots versus Cardinals. We're giving it to the Patriots. Should be a competitive game though. So, y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Again, hit the like button. Helps me go up in the algorithm. Helps the channel grow. Stay tuned. Stay blessed.